Start off. Greetings, everyone. I want to individually invite everyone who has joined this session today. Huge round of applause for the number of attendees. Uh, Myself, Sainath from Zoho One. I'm the product expert, and I have Chaitanya and Sharon from the Zoho One marketing team. So today, the session is all is about the Zoho extensions that we are going to discuss. And I'm sure you have seen, few of you might have attended the phase one. This is the next set of extensions that we are going to discuss. So I'll quickly jump into the agenda. Before I start the agenda, I just want to share my screen. And I hope everyone is able to see my screen right now. Just one or two thumbs ups will go. That's great. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is an amazing crowd. Amazing. Thank you. Uh, so yes. So today we are going to discuss about the extensions as you can see on the screen right now. How the extensions can benefit your business. Just you might wonder, we already have integrations from one Zoho application to another application. And how does this extension play? A small extension can play a much of a vital role when it comes to your business. So we are going to see the depth and the transformatives of the Zoho One extensions today. And one second, I'll quickly jump into the extensions one. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. The need for the extensions and the need for the extensions comes where we can find these extensions and the intensity or the scope of the individual extensions that we are going to discuss. Along with this, as we discuss, I'm going to walk you through how this can be implemented on your account. So just a quick one more update that I want to add. I believe there are some Zoho One users who has joined this this session right now. They might be wondering there is a quick update where the Zoho One unified UI has been implemented. So there's a quick update which has been uh, since the unified UI has been come across, it has been 2 years. So we have made that as a mandatory. So there will be, if you're not able to see the differences on the UI, it is something that I will explain much better. So moving on, this will be the product logos that we have for Zoho. We have segregated. I'm sure few of you are accessing some of the applications and few of you are using it, but we just have segregated it based on the business. So you will find sales and marketing, which all the applications will fall into the sales, finance, email collaboration, and everything. So as I was explaining in the first place, how this extension extensively help you in your business and how it can be installed as a plugins or a software add-ons. So this extended, the extensions that we are going to look into, and we are going to see the functionality of a Zoho product. We might have, as I already mentioned, a few of you are using the Zoho integration within the applications, but this extension is giving another mile, going another mile to give you a third-party application extension as well. So we also give you the installable component and for public and private extensions as well. There is one more point that I want to add here in the marketplace is you can create your own extensions. So that is all about it. And these are the extensions for logos. I mean, the Zoho extension logos, which are quite popular. Just a quick overview of how it actually looks. Okay, so So talk about the Zoho marketplace. So the marketplace is the exact location where you find all your extensions. Uh, I'm gonna quickly go through the marketplace page in a minute. And as I was explaining, you can define custom applications, you can showcase integrations, and there are industry solutions as well. These are the sections which are provided in the Zoho marketplace, and we are going to deep dive into this at this very moment. So first extension that we are going to discuss right now is the Zoho Writer extension for the Zoho Sprints. So I'm going to give you a few key points of how this Writer extension can help you. So let I'm sure everybody knows how the Sprints application works. So Sprints is a like a lightened version of the Zoho Projects app. So Zoho Projects works in a way that you cannot move to the next part of the task until you create the first part of it. But the Zoho sprints have an ability to complete all the tasks in one place. So since I'm giving you an idea of how Zoho sprints works, we have to know how we can utilize the Zoho writer within the Zoho sprints application using the extension. So this is the live account. I'm just going to show you how the marketplace looks like. As I did show you a few slides ago, this is a place where you can see your extensions, your custom applications, and industry solutions as well. So in this part, we are going to look into the exclusively on the extensions part. So as I was saying, this the first extension that we are going to discuss right now is for the Zoho Writer for the Sprints application. So I'm going to search for you how it actually looks. Okay, so this is the extension that we are going to install at this very moment. Once I click on install, you will be redirected to a page where you have to consent by accepting to the terms. And once it is done, we will install the extension for the Zoho sprints. And this will redirect me to a page where I will be accessing the Zoho sprints. So I have preloaded this particular page since I have already installed this extension on my account. I'm going to quickly show you how it looks in the Zoho projects application. So this is my Zoho sprints, the testing account that I have right now. So once I get into the Zoho sprints, these are the projects that I already have. So this is one of the projects that I'm accessing right now. And once I access this particular project, there is an option right here after you install the Zoho Writer extension. So, and you might wonder how this is going to benefit me in the Zoho sprints, right? So let's say you have created a particular group of people to work on a Zoho sprints, and you have created and you have you will be on leave. Let's say me as the owner of the organization created a sprints, and I want my team to work on that particular sprints to get it sorted out or done by a particular time. So instead of reaching out to each and every individual on that particular sprint, I can already define a writer. I can document what exactly the project is all about and how it has to be established when it comes to the deadline or the scope of improvement. Everything I can document in the writer application, and that can be attached here. As I was explaining in the first place, since the UI has been made as a mandatory, I'll show you how exactly it looks when it comes to the actual UI. As you can see on the right hand side, that is the writer extension that we have installed. Once we get that option, you will get to choose the writer that you have already documented, and once it is attached, we are good to go with the projects so that everyone can see what exactly the project is all about. So that will be about the Zoho writer extension for the Zoho Sprints application. Since we are already in the Zoho Sprints application, there is one more, since we, discussed about how we can let people know what exactly is about this particular project, let's go another mile. Let's go another step for how to make this as a group conversation. So everybody can pitch in their ideas of how to work on the project, or because every individual has an individual idea. So once we pull in all together, we can bring in a better solution when it comes to an individual product. So these are the added features. So I'm going to move on to the next extension. As we are already in the Sprints application, we are going to install the Zoho Meetings for the Zoho Sprints application. Uh, so why Zoho Meetings? When it comes to Zoho Meetings, as I was saying, we can all get into a quick conference meeting and we can discuss more about how this is working, right? And you can have a better idea how the meeting is going to work. So let me show it to you on the live account. This is just an overview of how it looks. Um, one moment. So we are going to go to the marketplace again. I just want to show it to you guys so that you can have a better understanding how this is when it comes to searching for the application, sorry, the extension. So I'm going to activate this Zoho meeting extension for the Zoho sprints, same as we did for the writer extension. We are going to activate by giving our consent. As it was, it is redirecting me to a unified UI page where it is loading up in the page, but I already have it loaded on one of my accounts, one of the one of the tabs, sorry. So this is how the UI is. As we saw the extensions here for Zoho Writer, we have a option for Zoho meetings in within the backlog of it as well. So as you can see, everyone can see what exactly it is looking when it comes to the Zoho meeting. Let's say, for example, I'm gonna meet an online meeting. I can schedule it for the test or for extension purpose. And I'm just gonna add one of the participant. And there is one more point that I have to mention here is that it is not only that you have to do it with the people who are in the organization itself, we can also invite people who are not a part of the organization as well. So I'm just going to say this as 30 minutes. Okay, that's the reminder. One moment. Okay. So once I schedule this particular meeting, I can see the meeting which has been scheduled here. And you might wonder how this, when it comes to the meeting application, you have to actually open another browser, load the meeting application, and then do your thing to start the meeting. Wherein, when it comes to the extension part, once it is already installed, you don't have to actually access the Zoho meeting application. You can see all your meetings which has been scheduled. You can start it from here and you have your ongoing meetings, your completed meetings. Everything can be viewed when it comes to the extension once it is installed for a specific application. So, and these are the added advantages of meetings in sprints. I've been explaining this while we are on the live account. So the team meetings, which are made much more easier rather than having to invite everyone personally to join the meeting, and the internal discussions are made very, very immediate, since we are adding the few users who's going to work on the project, and this will also reflect on the visibility and the collaboration of the whole organization. So that'll be all about the meetings to the sprints application. And we're going to move on to the next extension. Uh, while I was explaining, I did hear a few notifications. I just want to check if there are any questions. If there are any questions, we would like to answer that as well. Okay, so I believe Chaitanya is handling the Q&As. And I believe there has been a question where people who are not using the Zoho sprints. So let me give you an example of how the Zoho sprints works. Maybe this will clear up the idea of how it actually works. So let's say, for example, I'm running a business. So let's say, for example, I am running an implementation business where people reach out to me and make sure that we design an application and give it to them so that they can make use of a application for their own businessing purposes, right? So this application that we are designing is based for a Android application for an Android phone. So this is an app where we can send money from one account to another account. So this is an example. So this is a requirement of one of the clients who has reached out to us to build an application for them. So we as an organization is going to build that application, the Android application for them. So to build that application, I have a team of 6 members. So in a team of 6 members, 2 of them are developers, 2 of them are testing for testing purposes, and 2 of them for the coding purpose or something that we can communicate online for the feedbacks. So since I have 3 different teams to work on a specific application, I'm going to create a Zoho sprint. So I'll just show it to you if that gives you any better idea for you people who are connected. So we're going to create a new project, let's say for mobile development for a client from, let's say, Canada. And we are going to create, this is an ungrouped project. So since we have not created anyone, it is the ungrouped project. So we are going to set the start date as today, and we are going to set the end date for, let's say, in the next 3 weeks. So that is the one. And once we do this, this is something, since I'm explaining this to you guys of how the sprints works, this will be automatically synced to Zoho projects as well. And if you do not want that to happen, you want to keep the low end, projects in the sprints and the exclusive ones in the sprint, in the projects, you can exclude this option. Or if you're okay with creating it, we can create this particular project. And once the project is created, we are gonna, as you can see, the epics, the release, the board, the reports, the timesheet, and each and every option that we see here is for the purpose of the users who are, I'm sorry, the developers who are making the login hours for this particular project. So since we have already installed the meeting extension that has been working here, we can raise bug tracks, we can see the reports, and the timesheet is something that I was explaining for the working hours that I'm going to do. So here is the epic process. Once we create it, we will be seeing the options of how this can be defined. And this is how the actual project looks. And this is the once we complete the epic, that is when the release comes into the picture. So since the UI is unified, I'm getting the tool for every other click that I'm doing right now. I apologize for that. So once the release is done, we can segregate the release based on the planning or whether it's ongoing, whatever the status that you want to make. Uh, since it is taking it would take some more time for me to give you a better understanding, but I hope the simple explanation can give you an overview of how exactly the sprints is all about. Uh, so moving on to the next extension is Zoho Expense for Zoho Click. So what does this benefit me? You don't have to the primary the option or the primary goal of this extension is that all the extensions for that matter, you don't have to actually access that application to see what's happening in it. So let's say you're running an organization and you have some of your developers to go see a client and see and get their requirement to our business. So to understand how the client wants the business to be redefined according based on what we provide, we have to actually meet the client in person so that it will have a much more of a human when you do a business in person, that makes much more comfortable for them to do the business and easy for us to proceed further on to understand how the business has to be defined. So the Zoho expense benefits is you can see the benefits of I'm sorry, the expenses and its contents and all the expenses, and why this expense comes into place is after the visit has been done by one of our team members to the customer, they'll be come back saying that I have so much, I have spent this much of amount uh, to go and see the customer and get the requirements and come back to submit to you, right? So in that cases, company is responsible to take care of those expenses. So why this and this is also one of my one of my favorite extensions is because everything which is being raised in the expense will be visible and you can download it, and all the trips and reports is just available in one single click. Let me show to you how it works. One second. Before that, I'm just going to show you how the extension is installed. We're going to go to Marketplace again. So this is the Zoho Expense uh, extension for the Zoho Click. And once we click on it, we will be able to install the extension. And once the extension has been installed, I will show it to you how it looks in the Zoho Click application. So it is taking a couple of seconds. Okay. So it is, I'm just going to redirect myself to the, I mean, it is going to redirect me to the Zoho Click application, and I will show you how it looks in the actual environment. So once I have installed this particular extension, I will be getting a bot here. This is the Zoho Expense bot, which is available once the installation is completed. So as you can see, I have played through the application of how it works and what are the features in it. So let's say I'm sending a message. It says expense reports. So when I click on expense reports, it will ask me what are all the reports that you want to see. As you can see, when you navigate in the Zoho expense application itself, you will be seeing all the options when you actually get into the individual expense reports. But since this extension has been installed, we can see all the options which are already predefined here. So let's say, for example, I'm going to say all, it will show me all the expense reports which is already available in the Zoho expense. So let's say I'm clicking this particular expense which has been raised. It will give me an option. As you can see, we can view this as a PDF option. And once I click on view to view it as a PDF option, this will give me the accessibility to download this particular file and save it in my particular computer. So the integration is already there. You can integrate Zoho Click with the Zoho Finance applications. But I just wanted to tell you one thing, that how easily and accessible an extension can make changes. The extensions can make changes for a simple application. So that will be all about the expense to the Zoho Click application. I'm just gonna take a minute or two, just in case if you have any other questions that can be raised, and we'll try to answer it. And in a minute, we'll get back to the next extensions, which would be projects to the Zoho desk. Okay, so I believe there is a question which says, with the integrated One UI, is it possible for the favicon to be the application and not the Zoho One favicon? Not all my tabs. Now all my tabs looks the same. I have to click on multiple ones to find the app I'm looking for. I believe this launch for the unified UI happened 2 years ago. The unified UI, we have gone to the second version and we are planning for the third version of the unified UI. So this has just been made mandate. Uh, I will take that as a feedback. And if you have furthermore concerns on how to change the favicon, I would suggest you can drop an email to support@zoho1.com, support at the rate zohoone.com, and we will try to give you a much more defined answer than what I'm explaining right now. I guess we can quickly proceed to the next extension. So this is Zoho projects for Zoho Desk. So how the Zoho projects and desk, the extension can be utilized. So this is a customer who's raising a request. As you can see the picture, it says very clearly how the projects can be used as an extension and how exactly it's going to benefit your business and how this can take you further on your business perspective. So when it comes to an organization, we have developers, we have product management team, we have support agents, right? So the customers will be reaching out to the support agent over an email or a phone call or a chat. So in this scenario, let's say a customer is raising an issue with one of the application or one of the product that we offer. So let's say, for example, we are going to offer CRM, right? So CRM is an application that we offer for our customers. So one of the customers raises a concern that all the modules that I am seeing right now, is there an option where I can redefine the modules or change the name of the module? When we initially designed the CRM application, we did not give the option to change the name of the individual modules as well. So this is something that the product management team can take it as a feedback and see if they can make any changes in the UI. And then it can be moved to the developers, and then it can go live for the customers so that they can see what the requirement they've been looking for. So I'm going to show it to you how exactly it looks. This is just a picture of how it works in the Zoho desk. I'm going to take you through the live account. So before that, I believe we have to install the extension. If you guys are okay, just going to take one moment while I install this extension for you, just to give you a clear understanding how this can be implemented. And once you click on Zoho projects, on the left-hand side panel, you also have option to narrow it down to the individual application, which makes it much more easier. So the Zoho project is not actually mentioned as Zoho project, but it is mentioned as a Zoho bug tracker. So I'm going to install this bug tracker extension, and I'm just going to activate same old procedures that we have already seen quite a couple of times now. So once we activate this particular extension, I will be redirected to a page where I can enable this. Since I have already enabled this particular feature in my account, it is said as it is enabled. So let me show it to you how this can look, or this will look, when it comes to a particular request. So I'm going to go into the tickets page. These are the requests that I have for my account, right? So this is, as I did give you an example, how the user wants the module names can be edited, and how I can rearrange the modules was the concern in the very first place. So when that has been raised as a concern, we are going to take this forward to the product management team. How do we do that? So as I was saying, there is an option here that says create task. So when we are creating a specific task, we are creating it in the Zoho project itself. I'll show to you how it looks in the Zoho project. But let's say, for example, this is a request. The description is for CRM modules change and rearrangement. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so we are going to submit this particular task, and let's say the task has been created. So how does this reflect in the Zoho project itself? So we are not actually accessing the Zoho project application, but someone who is already constantly using the project application. Since we are on the support side, we do not have access to projects. So we are going to log into the project application, and once we get into the projects page, we will be seeing the request which has been raised by the support agent, right? So the support agent has raised a request, or created a task saying that it has to be implemented. So we are going to show the description. This is the particular task that we have just created. So once it is created, we can assign this particular task to one of the product management team, and they can work on how this can be implemented, and that will take the necessary actions for the customer's requirement. So that is it is a simple step. I know I have been telling this over the session right now, but how a small extension can make a big impact when it comes to the business. So moving from one application to another is something very, since the unified UI has come, we can access everything in one place. But how to communicate or make it communicate from one application to another is a next level of taking the services, and the extensions plays a very much of a vital role. So that will be all for the Zoho projects to Zoho desk. As I was, giving you a brief of how it works, you can track the individual issues in the projects and create a task for the relevant project without even leaving the Zoho Desk application itself. Okay, so the next extension that we're going to discuss is Zoho Billing for Zoho CRM. You might wonder why the billing for Zoho CRM. To understand this much more better, I'm going to just give you a quick brief about the CRM application, right? Let's say you're running a shop at a corner. So one of the customer has come and inquired about the mobile phones that you are offering. So he just came in and he wants to have a mobile with a specific budget, but the shop does not have it readily available, but the customer leaves his name, a contact number, or an email address for that matter. So all these contact information for of that particular customer is feeded in the CRM application, right? So once it is feeded in the CRM application, you navigate all your accounts in one place. You don't have to uh, the CRM applications give you a much more beneficial features when you have integrated that particular application to different Zoho applications. So let's say you have 100 customers of the same scenario who have reached out to you, who wants to know more about the product that you offer. And when a new product has been launched, you cannot go ahead and try reaching out to the customer on for all the 100 customers, right? So if that is the case, in that scenario, we can do an integration between the Zoho CRM and Zoho campaigns, and we can send out a campaign. So that's how simple it is when it comes to the CRM application. So this first customer who has reached out to you, you have got a product and you have sent out an email for the customer to let them know or let the customer know that you have received a new product. And the customer says that he is interested in this product and he wants to purchase it. So the billing is the part where you can see anything and everything about that particular customer's account. So you can access the billing within the CRM itself, and you can see all the subscription details. When I say subscription, to give you a better understanding for you people, I have said as a mobile phone as a purchase. But in this case, when I say subscription, we can go for the online subscription. Uh, let's say for example Netflix. In that case, we can keep it as a subscription. So these are the online subscriptions that I'm talking about. I'll quickly show it to you on the live account itself. Same old, same old. One moment. Okay, so it is taking a bit teensy bit confusing for you guys if I keep scrolling on finding the application. Since I have already installed it, it's pretty much the same UI that you will see once you find the app. You click on activate or install, and the next page will be the CRM page where you authenticate this particular extension can be used as the consent that we give. Once it is extended, we are going to see how it looks in the Zoho CRM application. So as per the example that I have given you, these are the accounts that have been added to the Zoho CRM. Someone who has inquired about yours, or someone who has made a purchase of your particular product. So let's say, for example, I'm choosing one of the account name, and once I get into the account, these are the details of that Can you guys hear me now? I'm sorry. I think my mic just went mute. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So, as I was explaining on the live account, these are uh, the codes, the products, the sales order, everything and anything. So this is the integration that we have made for the extension for Zoho Billings. So as you can see, when you see the Zoho billing option, I'm going to click on the new subscription. Let's say the customer is purchasing your product. So we are going to raise a new subscription for this particular account. As you can see, you don't have to actually get into this billing application, raise a request for this account. Although the integration works perfectly fine, you don't have to actually access the app to raise a particular subscription for that account. And there are furthermore options that can be made available. Since this is a demo account, I'm not able to raise and show you how it looks, but once it is raised, an email will be triggered for the particular customer who has made the purchase of your particular product. So that will be all about the Zoho billings. And this will be the last and final mention that we're going to discuss for today. Now take a moment so that we can have questions answered. 1 second. I'm sorry, I believe my screen was not visible. Is my screen visible, guys? Okay, wonderful. Such an amazing crowd. Okay. So as I was saying, I just want to go through how it looks. I'll just walk you through that again. The accounts, no explanations, just the walkthrough. I choose the account. Once I'm into the account, I go to the bottom option where I can see the billing. And once I click on new billing, this is where I raise the billing for the particular account. So that'll be all. I'll just quickly see if there are any questions to be answered. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I believe there are a lot of questions asking on my screen. That's great. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I believe that was something to do with my connection, bad connection. My apologies. So since we don't have any questions, we're gonna move forward for the last extension, which is Zoho Twilio and I'm sorry, my bad. It's Twilio with Zoho Click application. This is something very interesting. I'm sure most of you are using the Twilio for as a VoIP service, since not every industry is willing to have a physical phone to make or receive calls. This is a VoIP service which can be which can be utilized using the internet, where you can make and receive call based on the number that you pay purchase, or based on the region that you are in. So Zoho Twilio and Zoho Click. Let me walk you through how it looks. 1 second. Before I get into the live demonstration of this last extension, I'm gonna quickly give you key features. You don't have to actually access the Twilio to do a messaging conversation with your customer. And the interesting part of this Twilio is that this is not a Zoho built application. This is a third party application, which is a very key feature that you must remember, because We not only give extensions for applications that we support within Zoho, we also do this for third-party applications as well. And using this extension, once it is readily installed, we can go ahead and send, receive text just as a conversation that you make in the Zoho Click application. This is just an overview. Let me take you to the live account. Just one second. Okay. So this is how it actually looks when you click on, once the extension is installed. I'm pretty sure that you guys have an idea of how to look out for this extension in the marketplace. So I'm not going to show it to you by taking you through to the marketplace again. So let's say I have gone to the marketplace, I have installed the extension. So once the extension has been installed, I will be, as you all can see my screen, on the left hand side of the screen you have this option called Twilio bot. So once I click on the Twilio bot, this is where let's say I'm saying hi. I have to link my numbers. The initial screen that we saw is this particular screen where we have to get the details from the the Twilio page. Since I've been giving you guys the demonstration of every other application which is associated to Zoho, I'm making myself a mistake that I'm saying Twilio as a Zoho application. My apologies about that, guys. So I'm going to go into the Zoho Twilio page. So this is the actual console where you get the information. So what are the details which are required when it comes to integrating or enabling the extension of Zoho Twilio? One moment. Sorry about that, guys. So yes, so here we have the account SID. So that SID is what I have pasted here. And the next one is the auth token. Auth token is nothing but that you are authenticating the Zoho Click application to have the extension of the Twilio. And this is a work drive that I have created. The reason for this is to make sure that everybody sees what are the conversations that you have in the Zoho work drive itself. I have already created one of the folders, and once I make it is available on the internet, it will be accessible by the user. So this is the extension, the folder that I've created. Okay, so as you can see, I have quickly tried a particular test message. So once the folder's name has been added in this particular page on the extension, you can paste the folder name. And this is where the part which you have to look into, because since I'm in a different region, I was not able to integrate the particular Twilio number for the Zoho Click. Once I click on the number or enter the number that I already have, I click on submit, which will give me the option to do or initiate a chat session. So this is going to redirect me to the actual um actual page where I have to enter the number that I have purchased in the Twilio application. So once that is done, what you all have to do is we have to type in as Twilio. This is the extension that has been installed, SMS extension. And once you do that, this is the page where we actually configure this extension for the Twilio application. Once it is done, the conversations that you make with the customer, regardless of who it will be listed as one of the chats that you are seeing on the left hand side of your screen. It is that simple that you don't have to go into the individual application to have a chat or a call with that particular person. So that will be all from my end for the extensions that we have covered for today. The six extensions, and as we have gone through each and individual extension, uh, my dear colleague has also given you the link where it can be installed. So we will wait for questions. If you guys have any questions, please raise your hand and give us your question so that we can answer it. So I believe there is a question on any update on integrating LinkedIn or LinkedIn Recruiter with Zoho CRM as a third party. Yes, there are third party extensions within the CRM that we support, and LinkedIn is also a part of it. If you want to know how exactly it works, I would suggest if you can reach out to support at Zoho CRM, SUPPORT, at the rate zohocrm.zoho.com. I have just given you the answer, the email address on the answer as well. Okay, so there is a question where you can install the Ring Central. Let me quickly check that for you if it is available. Yes, as I can see, the Ring Central ABR Ring Central SMS extension for CRM, it is available. But I believe it will be on the paid version. If you're okay with moving with the paid versions, you can go ahead and install this extension. Okay, so if an extension doesn't exist in the marketplace, is there a way to request it? For instance, we use Zoom. As I was explaining in the very first few slides, there is an option where you can custom app. You can create your own extensions based on your requirement as well. We use Zoom. Uh, okay, so is there any extension for Zoho Creator? That depends on for which application that you are trying to do the extension for. So if you're going to do this with a CRM extension, we have to check with that. But if you can be very specific about to which application you want this Zoho Creator extension to be done with, we can check and get back to you, or you can email us to support at Zoho CRM. I'm sorry, ZohoCreator.com. It's just that simple. If you have queries with a specific app, you have support at the rate Zoho, whatever the application.com will be the support ID or the request that you can raise it to. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes for any Q&As. And I'll be stopping the screen sharing session from my end.